Good morning, everyone. Tiffany Martin here, and I am joining you here from my back porch on a Sunday morning to talk a little bit about Alphay. Now, most of you know I have been involved with a company called Alphay for a little over 2 years now, but you all probably don't know why I joined the company and why I stayed with the company and why I will never leave the company. So I want to share a little bit about that this morning. So back in 2015, that's when I joined Alphay. I was not in the best state. On the outside, everything looks good. I've got a wonderful career as a nurse. We live in our dream home. My kids are healthy and beautiful. I'm happily married. I kind of have everything, like all the physical things in life that I want. But what I didn't have was the most precious gift ever. I didn't have time. My husband and I work these opposite shifts so that someone's always home with our kids. Our kids are, now they're 10 and 7, but they're still not old enough to be home alone. So we are blessed to be able to coordinate our work schedules so that one of us is off with the kids, so we don't have to pay for a sitter, and a parent is always home with the child versus having to have a babysitter. So that's a blessing. But at the same time, I shouldn't say but, because they say whatever you say before but isn't true, but whatever. Anyway, so that is a blessing. At the same time, it's put a strain and a strain on my heart, because my kids weren't really used to having mom and dad home at the same time. The only time we're home together is every other weekend. And I miss my husband. Like, we don't have that much time together. And I was desperate to find a way to earn income and be there full time for my family. Like, that was just what I wanted. Like, my son, from the time he could talk, he would always tell me, like, Mom, you're supposed to be home. Like, why are you leaving? Like, he always said that. And I know all kids say that and all kids want their parents home, but it was something about what my son would say to me, and then also something that I've always felt in my heart, that, after I had kids, I'm like, I want to be with my kids. Who doesn't? And if you're married or if you have a significant other, who doesn't want to be with that person? That's why you're together. So during this time, I was also I am a yoga teacher. I was also building a little side business as a yoga instructor, because I love yoga. Yoga has definitely been one of the things that have really helped change my life. But with my already busy work schedule and trying to, balance my time with my family, I didn't really have the time to teach yoga. I hardly had time to go to yoga myself. And so that kind of became stressful, because whenever I went to teach a class, I just didn't feel right. I felt the same tension and pain in my heart that I did when I was at work, because I knew I was supposed to be with my family. I knew I'm supposed to be there for them, not necessarily teaching yoga. And it's a harsh thing to say, but I'm trying to be real and I'm trying to be honest, and that's the truth. Like, my heart is with my family always. So I couldn't do it. So long story short, I was looking for work from home nursing positions, because I'm a nurse, and I'm like, I could work for an insurance company or do case management. I could do something from home so that while my kids are in school, I'm home, and then when they get home, we're all on the same schedule and I'm still earning money. So I started looking around for that. But at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't want to just have to sit at a computer for 8 hours a day and still have someone telling me when I can take off and having all these rules. I really didn't want that, but I did want to be able to work from home, because I wanted to be with my family. And then I figured, and in my spare time, I could teach yoga. So looking, and applied for a few jobs. Didn't really get any callbacks on any of those jobs. I mean, for one, I really didn't apply for many because I really didn't want to do it. But I ended up being introduced to Alphay through another nurse on Facebook, through like a nursing network group. We were both members of this group. And initially I was like, this is kind of weird. I just thought it was weird. But at the same time, there was a part of me that was just like, do it. It's like, it's a business. It's involving holistic health and research and all the things you love. I'm like, it's not exactly what you were looking for, but it's what you are supposed to do. It's a gift from God. It's like you wanted, or I wanted, an opportunity to work from home, to be in control of my schedule, to still be heavily involved in holistic health and alternative therapies and stuff like that, because I love that stuff. It just didn't come packaged in a job. So then I thought, it's like, well, you know what? I always said, and anyone who knows me, especially people who have worked with me, you can remember 10 years ago when I started my hospital job, I was telling people I'll be retired by 40. I said that all the time, and they would look at me like, you're crazy. Like, what are you going to do? And I would be like, I don't know. I just know that I'm going to retire by 40. I always said that. And the other thing I always said was that when I leave my hospital job, it will not be to go to another job. So all these things are on my heart and just running through my mind. And I was in a shower. This was before I joined the company, while I was thinking about it. But I was in a shower one night, and then, as I'm taking my shower and thinking, I thought, it's like, you know what? This is what I asked for, essentially. This is all that I asked for. Alphay is all that I asked for. It just didn't come in what I thought it would be, because it was something more. Because God has bigger plans for me. And those bigger plans for me are going to be executed through this powerful, amazing opportunity. So that's why I joined Alphay. And here we are, 7.5 minutes later, and I'm still talking. So why did I stay, and why won't I ever leave? Well, I stayed because, number one, the products are amazing. I had, and this is something else that everyone knows about me, I had terrible GERD to the point where I was seeing specialists and about to get surgery and taking what's that medicine, Nexium and Prevacid, carrying around it like candy. Like, my heartburn was terrible. Guess what? That's gone. Like, I don't have that. That's not an issue. And like, one of our most popular products is the coffee. Like, who doesn't drink coffee every day? Oh, there's a mosquito or something. So like, I drink the coffee every day. It's right here in my little cup. And just the amount of growth you get in network marketing. Like, it forces you to really work on your issues that you didn't even know you had. And in order to be successful in this business and really in life, you've got to work on those issues. So being in this business has blessed me in that end. And my biggest blessing is that Alphay has definitely brought me closer to God. I was raised a Christian, but back when I was like a teenager, like 16, 17 or whatever, I kind of stopped going to church, and I kind of separated myself from God all these years, like just 15 some years. But I'll never forget when I read in one of my yoga books, because I'm building my business, and I'm going through all the personal challenges that we have in business and in life, and I'm like, just feeling so like empty inside, and I'm like, I was struggling. And I'm reading this book, and one of the reflection questions were, what was the thing you've always done whenever you were in a tough situation? And immediately it was like, I always prayed. I always prayed. And that was something that over the last 15 years of my life, I kind of stopped doing. I mean, I would say my blessings when I eat my food, and I think that was probably the only time, but I stopped praying. I kind of separated myself from God, and that's why I was struggling. So from that day on, I started praying, and I got my Bible, and God has just been pulling me closer and closer and closer and closer to Him, because I realized that not only do you have to work on your personal issues to be successful in business and in life and in network marketing, but your spirit has to be right. You have to get your spirit right. And one of the benefits of medicinal mushrooms are that they I forget what it's termed, a herb of spiritual potency or something like that. And it took me 2 years to realize this, but I'm like, part of it is the mushrooms. Like, I don't know how it works. I can't explain it, but I can tell you that in 15 years or more now that I've been separated from God. I get started in Alphay, and I'm starting to take these mushrooms and on these products, and all of a sudden, like, I'm just so sensitive to His voice and to the Spirit and to His word. It just draws me near, and I know it's God working through these products. I know it. So that's been my biggest blessing. And then finally, because it's now almost 12 minutes. Why do I stay in Alphay? Well, I stay in Alphay for all the reasons I joined, for all the reasons all the things I was looking for, and because I know that this company is going to be around for not just my children, but my children's children. And I just know that this is what I'm supposed to do. I just know it. So I can't walk away. I can't stop. And on that note, I'm going to end this. It's much longer than I thought it would be. So God bless you all. Thanks for watching. Bye.